Well, as many of us Young Justice fans know, this season seems to be broken down in character arcs following some of the original team, and now we know who's going to be the lead in the next arc, and exactly when it's going to kick off. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about the next Young Justice story arc and exactly who it will magically focus on. Now, before we dive into the story though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. Also, the big giveaway. We're still giving away this PlayStation 5 at 25,000 subscribers. All you need to do to get in on the giveaway is to be a subscriber and leave us a comment. Also, while you're at it, check out the Buy Me a Comic link down below. It's a pretty cool way to support this channel with just a tiny bit of pocket change, all while creating zero new obligations for yourself. We really appreciate it. Well, we are almost 2 episodes into the second arc of Young Justice Phantoms. Now, as many of us were told, this new season is going to focus on the original team, which is what most people wanted. Now, it's not coming exactly in the form as many thought, though. We're getting several story arcs. The first arc focused on Superboy and Miss Martian. The second arc is clearly following Artemis and digging into the League of Shadows. And now we know when the third arc is going to kick off and who it's going to focus on. Now, this comes from the Young Justice Wiki. I always recommend you check those guys out on Twitter and make sure you get over on their site because they are the definitive source of Young Justice information. And what they reported earlier today is the 9th episode of the season will be entitled Ode New and will focus on Zatanna. The description is, Zatanna and her proteges find themselves on the cusp of war. Now, we saw a little bit of Clarion in that trailer, and I believe this is probably going to be that exact storyline. Now, if you find the name a little bit confusing, that is actually the word undo backwards, which is how Zatanna says her magic words. I have to really wonder exactly what she's trying to undo. And there's almost no doubt that Clarion and his mischief are right at the center of that problem. I do have to wonder if this means an appearance by Dr. Fate somehow in her story arc. That was clearly going somewhere last year, and Zatanna and her relationship with her father is one of the most compelling phantoms in the show. Remember, we theorized phantoms could be about relationships, and quite obviously this season is exactly that. So, we'll have to wait and see, but I'm really excited for this arc. Zatanna is really one of my favorite characters, and I love the way they do magic on Young Justice. It just works, and Greg Weisman and team seem to understand how to bring that to the screen. I am really curious who all the proteges to Zatanna are. We know that 13 or Tracy 13 was part of previous seasons, but I'm going to have to do a little research to see who else she could be teaming up with. That could be pretty interesting. Now, one thing I do want to correct though, the screenshot says December 5th, but the Young Justice Wiki says that's actually on December 2nd. Which makes sense because that's the Thursday of that week and aligns with the schedule. So, little correction there. Well, what do you guys think? How excited are you that the next Young Justice story arc will focus on Zatanna? And do you think Dr. Fate and the fate of Zatara will get rectified during this season's arc? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you're not going to get any updates. Peace.